Today, I am attempting to snipe infinite ranked players online, and it looks like for the first game of the day, I was pretty successful. We find 2 infinite 0 players. The rest of the lobby, not that great. Including myself, compared to their ranks, I'm only an S6, but the rest of the lobby was A rank. I think there was one C rank, or was he B? I'm not too sure. He sucks though, that's kind of what I got from his rank. And pretty much for this video, we're just going to be playing through this game, hopefully find some infinite players, a few more games as well this video. And we're going to see how the games go. I'm expecting some good games here. I'm expecting them to be competitive. Obviously, they would have the slight advantage if we were, let's say, placing bets on this game or something because I am lower ranked. But I am interested to see how I can fare against legitimate infinite players. And I also have a feeling this is going to be some entertaining gameplay. Now, hole number 2 for the first game, or for the first hole of this video, pretty standard stuff. Looks like there were only 4 birdies there. Myself, the 2 infinite players, and I think the other guy who birdied was also an S player. So already the hierarchy of skill is kind of coming into place here in terms of the leaderboards, but we're on to hole 3 now, a par 5. We'll see what we can do here. It's going to be very wind dependent.
Nice shot.
And yeah, with this wind, not going to be able to drive onto the green and then putt for an eagle. It's just going to be the standard hole 3 play. Going to be driving, probably landing on the fairway and then chipping and attempting to get the eagle.
Nice shot.
Okay, with the headwind, I think 3 dots on the 9, probably good power. Ooh, just
Nice approach.
a little bit too much power there. I bounced just a tad over the hole, and I was a few pixels off to the left, so that wouldn't have been an eagle even if I got the power right. But a pretty safe birdie there.
Nice birdie.
And looks like we're still going to be tied after the first round. And as expected, it's still a 4-way tie. It's actually 4 people tied on 20 and then 4 people tied on 14. Kind of interesting how that's worked out so far. But holes 2 and 3, nothing too special about that. We move on to hole 10 here. And you would expect birdies all around, but some of these higher ranked players can get chip-ins on hole 1 and 10 like somewhat consistently, so
Nice
honestly,
shot.
I would not be surprised to see a chip and eagle here. But if not, it's just going to stay very close in terms of the standings. It's still going to be a tied game, but we'll see how this hole plays out. I think I'm going to go about 3 1/3 dots with no backspin. Maybe just 3 1/4 actually. Okay, not a very good shot, all things considered. I adjusted way too much of the wind and underpowered it a little bit. So another birdie. I wouldn't say I'm playing too well right now, but I also wouldn't say I've made any mistakes. But the longer this game goes on and the longer it stays tied, the more intense it gets, in my opinion. So far, we're just tit for tat. Moving on to hole 4. I mean, it very well could end on a 4-way closest to the pin, but we're on hole 11 here. Does not look like there's any wind, and if that's the case, I would be willing to confidently say there's going to be a hole-in-one here.
Nice shot.
Ooh, darn it, just a
Nice
little bit too far to the right, and the thing is, I did adjust to the right there like 1 tick, because I didn't want to go dead aim and just hit the pin, but it looks like my power was really good, so if I had gone like perfect aim, I might have actually just bounced right into the hole. So that's a bit unfortunate. I'm sure everybody else was very close too, and by everybody else, I mean the 2 infinite players. I wasn't really paying attention to them, but I'm sure we all came pretty close to the hole-in-one there. But it looks like after 4 holes, it's still a 4-way tie and 40 points. We'll see what the last hole is. We'll see if one of us can steal the win or if it's going to be going to a closest to the pin. And it looks like we are on hole 5 now. Depending on the wind, probably just going to be a bunch of birdies here. And with this wind, I don't know if we'll be able to drive onto the green.
Nice shot.
And then putt for an eagle. I don't think we will, because I think it's going to be more of a crosswind than a tailwind for stroke number 2. But we might be able to. We'll see how the ball flies through the air.
Nice shot.
Okay, not quite. Barely on the fringe, so technically I could putt this, but I don't think I'm going to. Although I kind of want to, I just don't know what power I would need, and I don't want to like under or overpower it and like completely miss the hole and mess up my birdie chances.
Bruh.
And it looks like there was a chip in from an infinite player. Really nice chip by Rohan, so I kind of have to, I guess I have to make this if I want a chance at winning to go to a closest to the pin. So because I have to play a bit more risky, I am going to putt this. And not quite enough power there. I did go pretty much as much power as I could have gone with the putter. And yes, I could have chipped it, but I didn't think I was going to make the chip in from that angle and the wind and the placement of the hole. So I decided to putt that. I thought that would give me the best chance at a chip. I ended up missing. Going to be tied for second at the end of this game. So a very, very close game there. It was tied all the way up until the very final hole. A little bit disappointed that I lost on the very last hole, but it was a well-deserved win
Amazing.
from Rohan. Great infinite player, good chip. I will take second place though. I think I'm still going to gain a bit of rank because I tied for second in such a high-rated lobby. But we will take a look at the rank here, and then we'll jump into another game. Okay, well, at least I didn't lose anything. That's fine. And I'll see everyone in game number 2. Moving right along to another stacked lobby. We have Broice again, Dylan, and Mason, which show their S7 and S6. Maybe they are on a bit of a tilt right now, but Mason has been as high as Infinite 3, and I'm pretty sure that's Dylan's peak as well. So, although their S rank, like I said, might be on a tilt right now, but there are 3 infinite players in this lobby. This should be another very competitive game. Maybe we'll get some good chips or some good gameplay this time.
Nice
The
shot.
last game, it was very close and very tight, but it was also just a bunch of birdies.
Nice on.
But starting this game off with hole 4, it looks like all of us missed the hole-in-one. I'm going to be starting this game off tied for first once again. Looks like it's going to be a 6-way tie for first this time. 2 players got the par. 6 players got the birdie. But there were a few close shots to the hole-in-one. I think you saw Broice's ball lip out of the hole-in-one on my screen when my ball was backspinning towards the hole. Then you just saw that last clip. I think that was Dylan who backsponged a few inches away of the hole-in-one there.
Nice
But
shot.
back to hole 5 we go. Not as favorable wind this time. But the pin position is in a lot easier of a position on the green for the chip-in eagle. And so maybe we can take advantage of that right here.
Nice shot.
Now I'm downhill with a bit of a headwind, so I'm thinking full power with the wedge, but I might just go a tiny bit under full power.
Nice shot.
Wow, that was incredibly close. I bounced just over the hole there. If I had gone a little bit under, probably would have been the chip in. But it looks like hole 5 once again can be settling for the birdie.
Nice birdie.
And there we are, up some more close approaches from the top players of the lobby, but it's going to be all birdies. Looks like one player is going to be dropping off of first place. It's going to be a 5-way tie. We're first now on 20 points as we move into the semifinals. And we get hole 1. Not really what I want to see right now. Hole 1, hole 10. Pretty darn boring, but as I mentioned last game, people in the higher ranks can semi-consistently get eagles, so
Nice shot.
I mean, that is wind dependent, but we'll see if anyone can get the chip in here. I think 9 should be enough. I should bounce a little bit on the fairway just because of the headwind and then roll right up to the hole. I might actually go a little bit under full power, but I'm more worried about the wind adjustment if I've adjusted enough for it.
Nice shot.
No, I adjusted way too much for the wind there.
Nice birdie.
No chip-ins there, so the game remains tied. Just like the last game, still going to be tied on 30 points with everyone. This time it's with 5 people. As we move on to the 4th hole, so these games so far have been very, very close. It's been anyone's game right up to the end. Anybody can take the win, and a win in this lobby or last lobby would be like an incredible amount of rank. So whoever wins this lobby, they're going to be laughing. And alright, I know I've said this like a bunch of times before, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a chip in here on hole 2 here, or hole in 1.
Nice shot.
Ooh, I think I went way too far to the left. I take that back. Perfect adjustment.
Hole in 1.
And I guess when I said I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a hole in 1 here, I was correct. Now I didn't tend to shoot that far left just because of the wind was pushing me a little bit to the left, but the green, it rolls you so far to the right on this green because it's a concave. So when I took the shot, I got the adjustment that I wanted, but when it was flying through the air, it just looked really off. But I guess looks can be deceiving. I'm actually playing on my laptop screen right now, so the screen's really, really small. It's actually kind of hard to judge like what's going on when I'm staring at the screen. But anyway, I've given myself a 4-point lead going into the finals. We have hole 17. Honestly, probably the best hole that we could get for me, because someone's going to have to get the hole in 1, and I'm going to have to get a par in order to lose this game. So I like to see hole 17, especially with this kind of wind. I think the hole in 1 is impossible. So as long as I don't blunder too bad, I should win. I can even get a par and someone gets the birdie and I would still win by 1 point.
Nice shot.
And yeah, like I went full power driver there. It's not even enough to get onto the green. It's funny, 17 is like the only par 3 that's actually kind of legitimately a par 3. All the other par 3s, it's so easy to get a birdie on. Like, you might as well just make hole 11 a par 2 at this point. Okay, that wasn't the best idea, but honestly, wasn't too far off. But you saw Mason get the chip and birdie there. Oh, and it looks like Dylan getting the chip and birdie, so it looks like I'm going to be winning by 1 point. Honestly, not the most honorable way to win. I mean, we finished with the same amount of strokes. I've said this before, I wish that this part of the game wasn't in there because I ended up winning with the same amount of strokes. But The game is set up the way it is, and I was able to take advantage of that today by winning by 1 point. So I'll absolutely take it. I did have a nice hole-in-one on hole 2 at the end of the day. This should be a good amount of rank. Let's take a look here, and then we will jump into another game. Ooh, quite a lot of rank there. It was a very highly rated lobby, so I'm happy with the rank, happy with the win, and I will see you guys in game number 3. Game number 3 here, looks like we have a rematch with Broice and Mason, and it looks like I made the infinite player lose his infinite rank status last game. Went from infinite 0 down to S9 after running into Sensei. Just hazards of the job, you know what I mean?
Nice
No,
shot.
I'm just kidding. He's probably going for some revenge this game, so this is going to be pretty interesting. Once again, expecting a
Nice
pretty
on.
close match. I mean, both games have been very close all the way up till the very end. So we will see how this game goes. It looks like I'm going to be starting off with a par though. Which is,
Nice.
I think that's my first par this entire video actually. I went 10 holes in a row getting a birdie or better.
Huh?
And then I start this game off with a par. And it looks like Broice, the ex-infinite player, hit it par as well. So Mason with the birdie, he's the very, very highly rated player. I think it's safe to say this is officially his game to lose. However, I'm going to be doing everything I can to make a comeback. I know Broice is going to be doing the same. We are going to be hot on Mason's tail the entire game. You've seen me make some pretty dope comebacks in the past. Let's see if I can do one again here today. We're going to be starting this game off 3 points down.
Nice
And this
shot.
game has just got a whole lot more intense. I'm thinking 3.5 here with the 7-iron.
Nice shot.
Ooh, not quite there.
Nice.
Just a bit too much to the left, adjusted a little bit too much for that 6-mile-an-hour wind. A birdie though, we'll take that. Will be enough to keep myself in the game at least. Looks like we had 2 disconnections there. But anyway, I'm currently tied for second with Broice trailing 3 points still to Mason. It's going to be very hard to make a comeback. We are on hole 8. Looks like there's a bit of a crosswind.
Semifinal.
This is going to be a very telling hole, just in terms of the outcome of the game. We'll have to see exactly what happens here. Who gets the birdie, who gets the par. As for myself though, you can call me crazy, but I am going full power with the 7-iron. And that is a recipe for a hole-in-one here.
Nice shot.
Well,
Nice.
seemingly perfect power, just got the wind a little bit off there. Which is a bit too bad. I mean, if you look at the screen, it looks like I had perfect power. I just needed a few ticks more to the, was it the right to get the hole-in-one? It looks like I'll be settling for birdie here. And this is a very crucial putt for Mason right here. He's on the fringe. Doesn't have that low sight angle thing that you can use when you putt. Wow, that was... I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one. That sucks for him, but I mean, I'm smiling right now because I've just made my way back into a tied position for first place. So is Broice, so it's a 3-way tie once again as we move on to the 4th hole. And hole 9 it is. Ooh. Well, I red barred, but good thing I didn't go off to one side. I could have easily been, I don't know, maybe in the bunker on the right, maybe in the rough on the left. But it was like, I got a red bar, but it's like dead aim, so it doesn't really matter. Nintendo kind of threw me a bone there, to be honest. but I'll be driving to the end of the fairway as per usual. Standard hole 9 stuff here. Not a big fan of the pin position being on the right of this green. I really wonder if full power is the play here with 7-iron. I think I have to club up just to be a bit safe because it is a bit of a tailwind or a headwind, and I do not want to land in the bunker.
Nice shot.
Okay, not too bad.
Nice approach.
Very, very close approach. I think maybe had I had a little more adjustment to the left, it would have possibly bounced in for the eagle, but regardless, I have a good approach for a birdie putt. And I make that, so a good 10 points from hole 9. And it looks like Mason is not having a good time putting today.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Honestly, that's fair. That is fair. He DC'd. I don't want to say he rage quit. He might have, but he DC'd. Probably on purpose there. It was a really tough game putting for him. I do feel a little bit bad, but I'm also, at the same time, a bit happy, I guess, that I now have a little bit of a better chance at winning. We will say GG to Mason, though. He did play very well last game. He played pretty well this game up until his unfortunate putting woes, but we are moving on to the final. I'm tied first with Broice. We tied the first game. I beat him the second game, and so we'll see what the outcome is going to be this game. We are on hole 21 to finish things off.
Nice shot.
Alright, I narrowly escaped the bunker there.
Nice approach.
And Broice with the epic chip-in eagle on hole 14.
What did he say?
That's fair, honestly.
Nice.
I took the win off a hole-in-one last game. He took the win off a special hole chip-in eagle this game. A well-deserved win. I ended up with 47. Not the best performance, to be completely honest, but second place, it would have liked to be first, but that's fine. I'm going to check how much rank I gain or lose here, and then I'm going to see if I can find Broice for one more game, see if we can get the rubber match in. Okay, actually ended up going up a fair bit of rank, so I'll take that, and I will see you guys in game number 4, which is hopefully the rubber match with Broice. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Sensei, Broice, who's back in Infinite Zero. We find Mason again, he's back, he's probably looking for some revenge. We find some more high-ranked S players. So we kind of have two things going on here in this game. The rubber match with Broice and just the overall competitive game that it's going to be with multiple high-ranked players. So Big Bath in S4, so LJ. I didn't quite get a look. I think it said S7. It either said S7 or S1. I can't really remember, but I'm pretty sure it said S7. Honestly, I didn't have time to look at everyone's rank and speak into my microphone, but anyway, here we go. Hole 11, starting it off.
Nice shot.
Not quite going to get the right adjustment for the hole-in-one, but a very, very close approach. First safe birdie putt, nonetheless.
Nice birdie.
Man, poor Mason. I think he's tweaking right now. Might be one of those things where you have like a bad shot or a bad thing, what happened to him in hole 8 last time, and then you just kind of get in this pretty bad cycle of tiltiness, you know what I mean? But anyway, it's going to be a 6-way tie for first, 2 people with the par. I would love to see Mason advance. I'm kind of rooting for him at this point after what happened to him last game. So it'd be sweet to see him advance, but we're on hole 12, and it looks like the wind is... I think it's going to allow us to take the shortcut here. I am going to go for it, because I'm pretty sure 13 mile an hour headwind, it's fine.
Nice shot.
Yes, it is more than fine to get onto the fairway. And this is interesting. I think I'm going to go a bit under full power on the spoon. Or maybe I need full power. I'm not too sure. I'm going to try to get like 3.9 or something like that.
Nice shot.
Okay. Ooh, that wind. Yeah, that wind is nasty. Whew, that was extremely close. My heart was beating quite a bit faster than normal there. You saw Broice get the nice putt from the fringe or the fairway, I think it was, to get the eagle. So I kind of needed to make that eagle to keep myself in the game. And I did pull through with the clutch chip-in eagle. So we're still going to be tied for first, obviously, with, let's see, 4 other players. And it looks like Mason does make it through, barely. Happy to see that. We're a 4-way tie for first and a 3-point lead over 5th. Moving on to hole 4 here. I think there's a strong headwind. Maybe not. Hard to tell. Okay, I guess it is kind of strong, more of a crosswind though, but whatever.
Nice shot.
5 iron won't be enough with the headwind, so I went 3. And gave it way too much power there. And gave that one quite a bit of power too. Well, that is going to be a par from me.
Nice.
So I'm going to be moving down the leaderboard a little bit, but I think technically I'm still in an advancing position. Which it looks like, yeah, I will be. So at this rate, I'll make it through to the final, but I am 3 points down of first place. On to hole 6 here, I'm going to have to really focus up if I want to clutch a win here. It's a 3-point comeback, only 2 holes left to do it. But it is a comeback against 2 very solid players, so gonna have to outplay them somehow over the next 2 holes. Now I do like this pin position on the right of the green.
Nice shot.
Oh man. I am definitely starting to lose focus here. After 3 very intense games, maybe it's all this golfing starting to catch up with me. I don't know if 3 iron is going to be enough here. I guess I'll be going driver just to try to get myself close to the hole. Well, it wasn't a bad shot, all things considered, driving onto the green from hole 6. Never easy. And it looks like I will save birdie on hole 6 after a very poor tee shot. And good thing I did, because everybody birdied that, so had I parred it, I would have been eliminated. But into the finals, we got hole 9 here, and so if I want to win, I think I'm going to have to get the chip-in eagle. I'm expecting both Broice and LJ, who are tied for first, to get the birdies. So if I want a chance at winning, it's going to have to be a chip-in. It's good that I guess that we got a par 5. I think it does make the comeback chances a little bit easier than getting a par 3.
Nice shot.
But hole 9, not typically a hole where you can make strokes up because the chip-in eagle is pretty difficult on this hole. And the pin, it's not going to be in the easiest position. I think it's right on the very steep hill. Yeah, that's exactly where it is. So if I want the eagle here, it's going to be very difficult. I'm going to have to get the most precise shot of my entire career here.
Nice shot.
Okay. I don't know why my shots were curving to the right there. Like, half of my practice swings were curving to the right. I have no idea why. But that is unfortunate to say the least. Saved a birdie, but all I did was solidify myself as a loser, which is too bad. It looks like in the end I was tied for first. Or sorry, what am I saying? I was tied for second with 2 other players. Broice took the win by 3 points in this lobby.
Finish.
And that means after 4 games this video, Broice and I tied once. I beat him once and he beat me twice. So he's going to take the upper hand throughout this series where I try to snipe infinite ranked players. Looks like I still gain a decent amount of rank there. Not too bad for second place, I suppose. Okay, that was supposed to be the last game of the video, but I'm actually kind of mad after losing that game, so I'm back. I found Broice for the 5th game in a row. I am looking for some revenge. I am fueled slightly by rage, I must admit, and I have my mind set on evening the series out.
Nice shot. Nice approach. Nice birdie.
Alright, game's tied up. 10 points apiece between me and Broice. I'm not even looking at anybody else in the lobby. They were all A players, and they have 0 chance at winning this game, so yeah, I don't know what to tell you. No point in paying attention to that. On to hole 14 with very, very tricky wind here. Wow.
Nice
I actually
shot.
don't exactly know what the play was here, but... Oh, am I going to be in the bunker? Okay, that's fine. I wanted to be in this general area. I didn't want to be in the bunker, though, obviously. I did go full power spoon. I thought it would be enough power to... Or I guess not enough power to get me in the bunker, but anyway, I'm on the fairway. Gonna be driving onto the fairway again.
Nice shot.
Absolutely 0 chance we make it onto the green here. Or even into the bunker, that is. But I now have a chance to chip for an eagle. Okay, I had no idea what I was doing there. That was just a bad shot all around. Terrible power, terrible aim. I will just take my birdie and we'll forget that hole ever happened. Still tied on 20 points after the first 2 holes, which was 13 and 14. Very strong wind so far. Actually, hole 9 wasn't strong wind. I think I was thinking about... what am I even saying? Okay, hole 13 wasn't that strong wind. I was thinking about the last hole 13 in the previous game that had strong wind. This hole 13 had 9-mile-an-hour wind, which is why I said hole 9. We're 5 games deep into this video. I'm going a little bit crazy. I am thinking here a little bit under full power with backspin.
Nice shot.
That
Nice
my
move.
wind adjustment is so dookie. Doesn't really matter if your wind adjustment is dookie when you are goated with the putting sauce. Keeping myself in the game here, I've really got to focus up here. There's 2 holes left. My goal of this game is to beat Broice. We're tied. If I don't focus up, I will lose flat out. So I gotta lock in. No, nothing else. Just lock the frick in.
Nice shot.
Alright, looking at the hole, probably going to need backspin this shot because the pin is at the near side of the green. And it is guarded by the bunker. But I don't want to spin too far back. I'll just go onto the fringe.
Nice shot.
Alright, good power, good spin, bad aim or wind adjustment. I will be sinking
Nice
a
birdie.
birdie there. Another birdie. Still tied on 40 points after 4 holes. It's between me and Broice. The 3rd place player is 5 points down, like I said at the beginning of the video, or the beginning of this game. These A players, I mean, come on, no chance. Literally 0 chance. We got hole 5, 0 wind, very eagleable pin position. This is what it comes down to. I have a strong feeling that one of us is going to eagle this hole. Okay. Alright, wow, somehow not on the rough there. I was really expecting to be on the rough after red barring my shot.
Nice shot.
And here we go. This is what it comes down to. Okay, I moved literally 1 tick to the left of aim.
Chip in eagle.
And that is a double chip-in eagle. And this game remains tied after the final hole. Looks like we are both going to a closest to the pin after that double chip-in eagle on hole 5. So we are tied on 54, ended up with a 9-point victory over 3rd place. Not really victory because we're still going to the closest to the pin. And just a reminder that this video, Broice and I have tied once. I've beaten him once and he's beat me twice. So this game is crucial for me and for this little series, I guess, because we've happened to be able to find Broice every game this video.
Congratulations.
And there it is. A 2-foot victory in the closest to the pin. A 2nd win over Broice. We are even in this video. That was in my opinion, that was the most intense game of the whole video. I think this is game number 5. There were some insane plays there, a few mistakes. In the end, we secure the win. See how much rank we gain. A pretty good amount. We are so close to S7, which is my peak. I would like to be getting back there very, very soon.